Welcome back to Watch With Us, Dave. Perfect intro. Welcome back to Watch With Us, everybody. I am here with
Dave.
And of course, Eric. We really fucked up that intro. Yeah. that bowler really fucking threw me through a loop. I was like, oh fuck, that's funny. What was I saying? So after Voyager last week, we decided to go back to TNG. Season 2, Episode 11, Contagion. Of course, it's a fucking computer virus. It's not going to be an actual goddamn virus. Or they would be like, the virus. So they're like, oh, computer virus. Yeah. They're doing the whole bait and switch here. Contagion sounds like they're going to get the sniffles. No. The computer fucking goes down.
Computer says no.
Yeah. I remember the USS Yamato and thinking like, oh yeah, like this is cool. Like there's going to be 2 ships.
Yeah.
Like, and we're gonna be one like the Defiant from the original series. Like, there's gonna be a ship that fucking and no, they just blow it up.
Yeah.
Like in the first like 5 minutes, they find it in like pieces, right? They talk about like the Yamato, our sister ship, and then as soon as it comes on screen, it's just a debris field, right?
So, is there a Yamato B?
There has to
There has to be.
I think that's like a Medal of Honor posthumous thing. Like you have to save the Federation to get a B, an A,
Yamato didn't pull it off, huh?
Yeah, no, he didn't impress enough people enough to get.
When you don't go the extra mile.
I'm just trying to think of another example of a Star Trek ship that gets that treatment. The Enterprise A, B, C, D.
Oh wait,
is it just the flagship?
Well, how does this make any sense though? Because if they made the Enterprise A for Kirk and B for Kirk because Kirk was so fucking great, what was the point of bringing the Enterprise D back from C?
Because it's the flagship.
Oh.
So no other ship gets the same legacy.
Yeah.
There was only one Excalibur. There was only
one that makes me happy.
Stargazer.
That makes me happy that I don't have to see a bunch of ships with a bunch of fucking suffixes.
Yeah, because it would get very confusing. You're like, oh well, Sulu's Excalibur Excalibur, Sulu's Excelsior, or
well, it wouldn't be around at the same time.
Dickheads. No, they wouldn't. But you'd have to
historically, I guess.
If you're talking about the
events that happened,
you'd have to specify.
Wait. What time period are we talking here?
Yeah, who's the captain of the Excelsior at this time?
Like Scotty, no bloody A, B, C, or D.
Yeah. All right. Oh yeah, and we have a new overlay for VLC there. You should be able to see that for when we start the timer here.
It's appropriately themed.
I'm also going to do, and I'm going to shut it off there so you guys
don't have to see the setup. Once again, this is beyond amateur.
Oh yeah. All right, so the zeros should be there.
Wait,
yeah, you guys should see the
beyond
zeros.
Amateur? No, before amateur, whatever that is. Premature.
There
we
go. VLC. All right, so now I want to play both these at the same time. I'm gonna go play. All right, we're going. That would be an interesting thing to...
Donald Varley, you sucked apparently. No, no, you just didn't have the flagship.
Yeah, I'd be happy with getting a Galaxy class. There's got to be like only a handful right now, right?
Oh,
I'm assuming the Enterprise is like the first one off the boat, out of the fucking.
No, the Galaxy is USS Galaxy.
Yes, but that Galaxy
Prototype.
gets destroyed, right?
Yeah. Or it's prototype or whatever the fuck, I don't know.
Does that Enterprise get... No, usually the prototype is the class name. Yeah, you're right. It'd be the USS Galaxy.
But yeah, would it
Galaxy
be NX
class.
Galaxy first?
Yes,
Galaxy
and
first.
then it would be commissioned into a USS
Galaxy.
But where's the USS Galaxy?
Good question.
I'm pretty sure it was destroyed during testing, wasn't it?
Who knows?
I thought I remember hearing that story somewhere.
Oh, maybe that saucer separation didn't go so good.
It's got to be like some like the first USS Enterprise, right? Because there was Pike's Enterprise and somebody had it before Pike.
Yes, that's
but
right.
It's all the same ship.
Yes.
But the guy who had it before Pike, his crew and him got lost, but they found the ship. They Defianted.
Oh yeah, it was a ghost ship.
I think so. I think the Enterprise is a ghost ship.
Yeah.
Oh wait, didn't we determine that like one of the Enterprises, there is an Enterprise that is is it the Lansky? There's some USS Lansky that's like a Constitution class that they see with all the ships dead, all the crew dead on it, and then like in a season later you see it in like a battle scene coming in. So they literally like dragged all the crew off of it and like threw a new crew on. Like, what I can't remember what show that was. That might have been. Oh, They Are Alive.
Not for long though.
I do remember this conversation. Because yeah, I always thought it was cool that they had like the Enterprise like in pieces.
You'd think,
and
with
I think go ahead.
Computing being at this point, it's weird how if computing would get or does get to this point, you'd almost have to treat it like biology. Like, oh, we have to fucking quarantine your ship, like Battlestar Alaska.
Yeah.
Like don't fucking
Again.
this conversation.
I've been reading the books, so everything comes back to it right now. But Dune does the exact same thing. Eventually, the machines start biological warfare, and a whole planet is infected, and they're like, "Well, we're all just no ships can leave, no ships can come in, and we'll shoot down anybody trying to leave. And in about a week, we're all gonna be dead.
Yeah.
And if anybody gets off, the rest of another planet might die." But I remember, like, again, I didn't watch this when it was aired the first time. Like, I probably watched it in syndication because it's season 2. But I was so young, I actually remember this being the first time I realized that they're not talking here. Like, the two actors aren't having a conversation.
Yeah,
it's just some asshole reading the lines off the side because they're on the same set.
Yeah.
I was like, how did they build 2 sets for the Enterprise so they could have this conversation?
Yeah.
And then and then, of course, it takes my stupid young head 2 seconds to think they didn't do that.
Yeah,
they're not going to spend. Yeah, I'm just getting aware enough that they didn't build 2 sets just for one.
Yeah,
scene.
the economies start factoring into your
into my
reality.
reasoning. Yeah.
Oh,
imagine that! Imagine being on the ship and seeing the other ship like.
Wow, that really goes wrong.
Yeah.
It's like the skin burnt off the fucking ship.
It almost justifies Deep Space Nine. Like when you see Galaxy classes just get torn apart by when their shields are down, you're like, really? They have no armor? And you're like, yeah, no. They have shields.
Yeah.
If the shields go down, you're fucked.
Yeah. If a concussive weapon hits you or something hits you,
a laser at that strength will just cut through you like your butter if you don't have your
that's how
shields
they fucking weld the thing together.
Yeah.
That's how you can cut it apart.
They're phasers. They're not lasers. It's a whole extra step up.
No, but that's what I'm saying. If you're assembling the thing, I would assume they were using lasers. Like, you know how in Discovery,
but
they got that thing to do the thing?
Yeah. But, like, if you have your shields down and a laser hits you, you got a lot of time.
Oh, yeah,
the metal's gonna take 45 minutes to heat up.
They've got 100-some years on that technology.
Yeah, like, you would need days to cut through the hull with a laser. A phaser, of course it's gonna go right through it. Like, it's a whole other step of technology.
It's space magic.
Yeah. And, personally, I wasn't reading there, but that was a warp core fucking breach. That fucking saucer section should have been vaporized.
That definitely was a warp core breach.
It was some kind of cataclysm, but
because usually you fucking get the hell away from that, or you're dead.
Well, no, you can survive a warp core breach with your shields up, because it's just kinetic energy. Photon torpedoes hurt your shields because it's photonic energy. Kinetic energy does not affect shields whatsoever. That's why Kirk has to get the fuck away from the Reliant because shields don't work in that nebula. So and they don't have engines. Yeah. That's why they got to get the engines work because the shields don't work while they're there. Doesn't matter how far away from we get, our shields are going to be down, and it's a warp core breach. We're fucked. They really make it seem like a warp core breach is part of the reason why the Genesis planet works.
Yeah, and it's close to that. It's you need a lot of energy, so we could just have a warp core go off.
And the Genesis device isn't on the planet. It's on the fucking ship with Khan in the nebula. So this warp core breach happens, and it affects the fucking planet they were near. So these fucking explosions are like, if a warp core goes off in a civilized star system with planets around it, they're fucked.
Yeah.
This is good. This is a huge fucking explosion.
Yeah. There's a lot of energy in
that. This is giant. If they're just traveling between star systems, who fucking cares if they go into a warp core breach? But I think a warp core breach would seriously fuck up a habitable star system. It created a fucking planet.
Yeah. It brought life to a planet.
Yeah. Brought life to a dead rock.
It was a barren rock. I guess you could return one just as easily.
If that warp core breach had happened closer to the sun than it had that planet, that sun would have just supernovaed.
It's cool to get see Romulan bird of prey.
I don't know. That might be the one thing that can withstand a fucking warp core breach with no shields. Goddamn sun. A sun wouldn't be affected, but if you're in orbit and a warp,
I guess it depends on the relative size.
Yeah, but Earth has to have orbital shields, right?
No, I don't think so.
The orbital defense platform doesn't create a fucking shield network.
I really doubt it.
Fuck, it has to. Because why why wouldn't somebody just warp into orbit and create... Like, terrorists would be doing that all the
You
time.
gotta get there first.
Yeah, but the whole thing, you break onto a goddamn starship and then you create the warp core breach. You don't have to get there. You just
gotta impulse in.
Yeah, but some...
So somebody's gonna
No. Some homegrown terrorist or some crazy admiral fucking tells a goddamn cadet that he's doing a fucking test.
Yeah,
he's doing the Kobayashi Maru.
You can just warp into a place, or run into a place.
No, but every admiral we see is some twisted motherfucker who's an asshole. So there's got to be one who tricked a cadet into doing a test and getting a warp core breach in orbit and destroying something for some other means or something like that.
I'm beginning to think that like maybe what leads like high military command to do these greasy fucking shitty programs.
They're bored.
No, they've never had to deal with failure before because they're Ivy League all the way, right? Like they didn't come up if they didn't come up through the fucking fighting ranks.
No. I assume that they're all Kirks and they're all Picards. It's just the ones we don't fucking see, and they maybe aren't as good as them, but they're all just as they're all up there in the AAA of Starfleet officers, but they've been sitting behind a desk for fucking 10 years. They're used to fucking being on the frontier, dealing with shit all the time. After 3 years of just sitting on your hands, you're like, is there like some aliens maybe?
Well, that was kind of the point I was going to make, was they're trying to define their career, right?
Yeah, what's on the dark side of the moon? Is there anything there? Like, we've been there, sir. Yeah, but let's go there again and like try to find something.
Yeah, they're fucking career sunsetting, right? So then
they're like, oh, we could put a secret weapons base on the moon. They're like, why? And they're like, I'm just so bored. I'm just throwing out ideas. You're so good, Captain. And you're like, nah, but I'm just stir crazy here. Like,
we can make a virus that genocides the Borg. I don't know, just
like that describes Captain.
Sir, that's genocide.
That completely explains Admiral RoboCop. Admiral RoboCop is just he's been thinking about Klingons for 10 years. Like, he heard about Klingons, like, fucking up shit, and he's like, oh my god, the Klingons, they're out here. He's never seen one, he's never come across them, he's like a fucking hick in Alabama, fucking complaining about urban fucking violence.
In his day, it was Alassi pirates.
Yeah.
Who were nowhere near as threatening as Klingons, but still terrified the shit out of them.
They're coming to get us, and he's just stewing at Starfleet Academy, or Starfleet headquarters, just thinking up things that the Klingons are gonna do to us.
Yeah. He's talking about hunting down pirates, and now they're talking about fucking Klingons beaming aboard raiding parties and fucking phasering you in your sleep. Or fucking disrupting you in your sleep.
That'd be a great way for Discovery to wrap up. Spoilers for Discovery, if anybody's listening who's watching that stupid show. If when they get back to the normal universe, the Klingon War's just over. They're like, yeah, we beat them. Like we did in the prime time, the prime history. The normal, like, yeah.
Why are your lights all dark?
Yeah, we don't.
Why does everything look all scary on your bridge?
Yeah, we did it. Yeah, we did everything right. Like, we made peace with them. It was a lot easier actually when you guys weren't around.
In a world I believed in, Harrison.
When Lorca wasn't the first guy that Klingons talked to every time.
No, I mean having faith in writers.
Oh yeah.
Well,
it'd be great if Michael came back and she was like, okay, now we can get back to the war and I can redeem myself and all that stuff. They're like, oh no, the war's over.
Yeah,
you're back to being a prisoner.
Like, because I'll bitch and complain that my Star Trek's all fucked up, but ain't no reason you can't fix it. It's made up anyways.
I'm at this point where I think they have fixed it. I think
they're so fucking close.
They've improved the last 3 episodes so much from the first 10 that I don't think they can improve it anymore.
Yeah. Oh, I showed those to Yanni. Blew his mind because he was like getting down about the disco.
Oh, and he hadn't
He hadn't seen the last 3.
Yeah, he hadn't seen any of the new ones.
Yeah, so I was like, oh fuck. I'm like, they turned the ship around. They start to turn the ship around.
They threw in some Enterprise season 4.
Yeah,
they're like, we need to start writing and writing well, like, or people are not going to pay attention to this shit.
I almost want to look up the timeline for.
I would love to see
the timeline for production and when Brian Fuller fucked off.
I would love to see like a very detailed list of people who were working on the first 8-10 episodes and now.
Yeah, we'll have to pull up the credits and we can do some comparisons.
Fuck. We're not going to do that. If somebody else has already done that, I'll look up a screenshot, but I'm not fucking actually looking through all the credits.
No, we'll just sample. We'll do the first episode of the first half of the season, the last episode of the first half of the season.
Or just look up the writers and directors.
Yeah. Oh yeah, those are the only people that matter. I don't give a fuck about gaffers and fucking makeup artists.
That's garbage.
Starfleet captains don't record vlogs. They
He
record captain logs.
Oh yeah, it's just
They just stand there walking around feeding their fish and doing other stuff as they record their audio log. They don't sit in front of their goddamn laptop and use their webcam to record their faces.
Yeah.
There's a couple other times you see that, and they never explain it, because every time you see somebody recording a captain's log, they're never recording their face, but when you see somebody listening to a captain's log, they're always looking at a recording of somebody's face.
Yeah.
Like, it's so stupid.
I like the Star Trek joke of Picard walking into a door that doesn't open.
He should have walked right into it.
Well, he did. Well, almost
No.
partner.
Yeah,
But,
he
like-
stopped. But he should have just went.
That's cool Star Trek joke from original series where they wouldn't get the doors in time.
There's a few bloopers. Yeah, there's a few
It's like you get to keep that real.
Yeah. And it's hilarious too, because once you know that there's two assholes holding it, pulling the doors open for them, you see the hesitate. You see sometimes when they fuck up, like you see sometimes when they like catches and it slows down, like it's like inches away from going into the wall, and then it stops, and then the guy goes like Gah! And like he yanks it to close the door. Or they really close fast because somebody like slips or something like that. And they're like, fuck it, no one will notice that. It's 1963. They were all handling 1,000 of their comrades being killed for no reason.
Yeah, exactly.
By an accident very well. Like, people would be crying one day.
I think Troy should have turned it up a little bit more.
I think that's...
1,000 people dying at
I think
once.
that's exactly why you don't have a Beta Z on your goddamn bridge.
Yeah.
Because when a ship explodes outside, she goes,
Oh,
oh!
that would be my case too, yeah.
Yeah, like, she does that. It feels like 1,000, millions of people screamed out in horror and then were silenced.
Silence.
Yeah.
Or imagine if it was the opposite. You got relief because it got quieter.
Yeah, she's just like, oh, God, my
Oh,
migraine.
thank God.
Yeah, there we go.
And everyone's like,
Yeah.
my God, Deanna, you're dead! No, you don't understand.
That he's just wearing pajamas. Like, that's the stupidest fucking... Like, as much as I love especially Picard's jumpsuit, like, that's the classic. That's right up there with Wrath of Khan suits. But every other goddamn wardrobe decision in this series is god the fuck awful. And he's the worst fucking culprit, Wesley. Like, how would he... I know he's like 16 or 17, but how do you agree to fucking wear that garbage?
Well, did you see what everybody else had to wear?
That's the whole point. Fucking, you don't see people walking around like fucking Navy officers.
They just don't have any pips.
Yeah, but Navy officers look specific. Even if they're in their like dress clothes, like not dress clothes, like their everyday uniform, they look like a Navy officer. He's not a Navy officer. He's just some asshole. He should be dressing like a 16-year-old kid from the 24th century.
Yeah. He should be in fucking 10-4 and people are like, stolen valor. Stolen
Yeah,
valor.
people will be like, "Kid, you haven't earned the right to wear that."
Yeah. Yeah, Wesley. Picard's like, yeah, I've seen a lot of people die. That's a good little speech, though. You'll get used to this because, like, you don't get used to it. You're trained to deal with it. Like, shit, you gotta deal with at work.
Yeah.
It's like, well, yeah, it's shocking, but, you know. It happens. You're expecting to deal with this. Or expected to deal with it.
I love Geordi's office.
Yeah, a little stool there.
They try to pull it off in Voyager.
B'Elanna has like a kind of little station area where she has like a desk and stuff, but it doesn't look as cool as this. And it's like the only wheelie chair you ever see in Star Trek.
Well, he needs to get around, man. He's got little chips to move around and
Yeah.
shit. It would have been cooler, though, if there wasn't that alien probe thing, if you just didn't see it. If they had just pieced it together, where Geordi was like, yeah, well, at least we know it's not a fucking design flaw.
Yeah. And you
'Cause
know
it's
what's...
contagious.
The
Didn't have
Defiant
it
has
before
got to
till
be
now.
the shittiest engine room ever. Like, I think you see it like 3 times.
Yeah.
And it's never really, like,
You know how they made that?
breathtaking.
You know how they made that room big? They shrank a runabout. They flew through it.
Yeah. That was like one of the only
Ridiculous
times you ever
episodes.
saw. Yeah. And for some reason, I just don't buy that the Defiant has an upright warp core. How many decks does the Defiant have?
Yeah, you think it would just
3?
like eject it out the back? No, you wouldn't want it in the back because people shoot there.
Yeah, but it'd have to be lying down. How many decks
It's like
does the Defiant
it's like
have? The
it's like a
Defiant
pancake.
doesn't have turbo lifts. It has stairs.
Yeah.
Right? Why would you have a turbo lift in a ship that has 3 decks?
It only goes sideways.
No, it's not that long
No.
enough. There's 50 people on it.
Yeah.
Why would you have a turbo lift on that goddamn ship? You wouldn't. And you wouldn't have an upright warp core because it could only be 3 stories high.
What the fuck's wrong with stairs? Oh, I guess you can't seal them off. Well, I guess you could.
Well, the idea that stairs wouldn't work is because starships are so fucking huge it would take you fucking 3 hours to walk the length of it.
Or
But
you
the
just-
Defiant is
You
tiny.
just put like you've already got Jeffries tubes and ladders. Just fucking do that. It's only a 50-person ship.
Nah,
You're
every
not-
time you go
you're
from the
not
bridge,
going out-
every time you go to the bridge to the engine room, you gotta fucking climb a ladder. There'd be a
No, slide
main
down.
set of stairs. Yeah, but there'd be like a main
Yeah, I
set
guess
of
so,
stairs
yeah.
in the middle of the ship that you could like access. But
Oh, if it's only 3 floors, you could make it like a ramp.
I'm
You
guessing
could make it like a ramp.
it could be. Yeah, it could be like one of those spinny ramps that go all the way down, so you can like. Oh, and like this would kill you instantly. Again, they just forget about inertial dampening.
Yeah.
Like this, the elevator's not doing 10 miles an hour. Like it is going fast.
Well, I was thinking about that with this whole hubbub about fucking, oh, we need F-35 fighters, jets, and blah, 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 and all this bullshit. And I'm like, we're on the verge of having robotic fucking planes that could pull G maneuvers
Yeah.
that a human body
Humans
just
can't
can't
even think of.
withstand.
Yeah.
And you would outfly anything in the fucking sky.
But again, I disagree. I agree that there should be a fucking human being inside a death machine.
Oh, I'm not arguing at that point.
I don't care how like
If we're going for technical superiority,
yeah, but
yeah.
a death platform from 30,000 feet should have a human person looking through the sights.
Yeah.
Not some fucking 16-year-old kid on a battleship 10,000 miles away remote controlling it.
Well, I guess that would be the difference between like a bomber or a fighter bomber and an interceptor. An interceptor you could have robotic.
No.
Because you would want it to get there faster than fucking like if you're intercepting an invading plane.
No. What I'm saying is effective military and efficient military has 100% drone fighters and crazy powerful battleships / carriers. A moral military does not.
And win the hearts and minds kind of military.
Yeah, does not inform those kind of fighters. You have F-35.
That really was my biggest objection when Obama legalized drones. I'm
Well,
like,
and
there's moral implications.
it's
There's bigger implications to
It's
this.
the only reason I justify that I can justify the F-35 program.
Yeah.
Because I want somebody
You want
there,
an ass in that
and
seat.
it's a waste of money, and it's completely unnecessary, and one of those ships could take out an entire air force of another country's, one of those planes. But I want that kind of, I want the first world to be Star Trek. I
Yeah.
want them to what do you call it? Something about preach? Practice what they preach. Yeah, I want them to be the good guys. They're not the good guys. I want them to be the good guys.
Yeah, if you're gonna
The
kill,
good guys don't use drones.
if you're gonna kill fucking 200,000 people by creating a nuclear weapon, you might as well fucking be willing to die by radiation poisoning afterwards.
Exactly.
For it.
Like in fucking civilizations, that's the military I create. A drone fighting aircraft carrier, like totally dark side neutral military, but in reality, that's not the people I want defending my rights.
Yeah, I guess the line I would delineate would be an an invasion force versus a defensive force.
Yeah, defensive force, drone it up. If you're defending your homeland,
Yeah.
I can go
You're
right
flying
ahead.
above your own fucking land.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck?
And you're bombing invaders.
Yeah.
Go right ahead. Yeah. But there's certain...
Well, you would never have a. You would only have a fighter interceptor fucking robot. You would never have a bomber fucking robot.
Yes.
Because you want somebody to push the button to fucking.
But it's also... Well, again, we already do have fighter drone bombers. Like, this is a reality we live in, Dave.
Yeah, I know. They've already violated it. I know,
yeah. But it's...
I guess that's why I'm offended by Obama's fucking.
Yeah.
presidency.
But it's also the whole... Do you let 200,000 Americans die invading Japan, or you fucking drop a nuke?
Yeah.
It's the exact same argument, but on a lower scale.
Yeah.
But again, those are the fucking decisions you were fucking made to fuck. That's why we voted you in there, asshole.
Yeah.
So if you have to make a decision, you can't get a fucking good night's
So
sleep.
why you
for
went
the
to
rest of your
Royal
life.
Military College and fucking.
Yeah.
you
were
were
the
thinking
one-
about this a long,
Yeah.
hard time.
Regardless of the outcome, you were the one that's gonna have to live with. I didn't bomb Japan, or I did.
Yeah.
So either way, you're gonna have sleepless nights going, should I have dropped that nuke, or shouldn't I have dropped that nuke? Like, it's gonna either way. That's your job.
Is an
That's
opportunity
your job.
they completely squandered with Chakotay was the warrior. What is it? The warrior philosopher.
Yeah.
Could have been the warrior philosopher character.
And that's why
Instead,
he
he was just a pacifist bitch.
Well, and that's why he makes the perfect Maquis commander, Chakotay. If he was that, if
Yeah.
he played that character as a what do you have?
a warrior philosopher.
A warrior philosopher would have to pick the Maquis.
Yeah.
They would have to resign from Starfleet and say, "You
Yeah.
guys are morally wrong. I'm going to fight."
Because the way they played him later, I'm like, why the fuck did you even join the Maquis in the first place? You're such a fucking pacifist, you retard.
And his reaction to the Maquis being eliminated when they finally found out that the Maquis was destroyed
Yeah.
and they were the only members of the Maquis left was just like, yeah, well, all right, well, I'll go back to Starfleet. Like, it was just another day in the job for him. Like,
You'd still resign when you got back. You'd be like,
well,
fuck this.
well, first of all, you would resign before they fired you. Because you know they're gonna be like, oh, thanks, and we'll honorably discharge you.
You people on the internet
but-
can't tell, but I just pointed at the microphone, which is you.
Yeah, he gave a point, a physical point at the mic. But yeah, he would just be like, oh yeah, like I did what I had to get the ship back, and but you're not getting your commission back. All those guys are like, they have a what do you call it? A flash forward in the last episode where you see people 15 years after they got back to Earth.
Oh, did they justify why they didn't just take shuttlecrafts right now?
You couldn't get everybody on the shuttle. You can't evacuate.
No, the
Enterprise.
3 of them right now for this away mission. They use transporters while the ship's going all fucky.
Maybe the contagion that is affecting them is also affecting the shuttles. It probably affected the shuttles quicker. Less systems.
You'd think.
That was probably the first thing. They probably, when they realized it was happening to the ship, they probably went to the shuttles
Well-
and realized it was already fucked.
I'm making a new engineering protocol called the Day Protocol, where all your shuttles can be linked to the ship except one at all times.
No, it's called
completely
it's
turn
called
the fuck off.
The Battlestar Protocol. You don't network all your shuttles to the main computer. Thank you very much. Like, you keep that shit all isolated.
Only during maintenance cycles because you're going to be testing the fuck out of them
While
after
you're
that.
at a
Yeah.
starbase in dry dock.
Other than that, video and pictures only. Oh, beater to Riker.
And can you even call it a beard?
Maybe not at this point.
Like the first season, definite beard.
It's like my shit. It's just chin
Or
strap.
sorry, I mean later on he's definitely getting a beard. But
Yeah.
the first season he's baby faced, and now it's just like the beginning of. They're like, it's like he showed up and he's like, I'm wearing this, and they're like, oh no you can't. And he's like, oh no, I'm doing this, and they're like, okay, well kind of keep it trim, and then people started reacting well to the future beard. Oh okay, start growing that thing in. It would have been great to see him on the Titan, like on the episode, the last episode when he's an admiral and he has the full white beard.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, Bearded captain, let's do it. Like,
Yeah, for his leg of the career. You'd think you'd want to get, like, out of orbit from the planet. Well, I guess if you're in unless your fucking thrusters randomly decide to fire a little bit, push you into decaying orbit, you'd want to get away from that fucking planet. What if your warp drive just goes off?
I didn't think the Romulans got into it this much in the first couple seasons. She's screwed though. She's already scanned the probe.
Oh yeah, her ship's all fucking got the flickers too. They weren't probed.
I wonder if the fan is getting picked up. I don't think so. That's just random. That's always there. It's just the background noise.
It might be.
I don't think so.
Dun dun dun. No commercials.
I can't get over. I'm surprised every time I'm sitting at somebody's house watching TV and a commercial comes up. I'm like,
Oh,
what is this? What? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's cable.
And you pay for this?
But I'm thinking it's part of the show. Like
Yeah.
I don't. It doesn't kick in until like the first like 30 or like 10 seconds of the commercial. I'm like, oh wait, this is not the show anymore.
Well, it's funny because they're like, oh, media marketing, blah, blah, they can reprogram your fucking behavior and all this shit. And I'm like, yeah, well, you can get away from it too, man. Like, just don't expose yourself to it constantly. Fuck. Pick your battles. Yeah, and they almost did that with in Disco, the Warrior Philosopher, with fucking Lorca. That little bit of a tinge you got when he was like, I study war and blah, blah, blah.
I was thinking more.
Except we know at this point he's a complete imposter, but you know.
I was thinking more when you said that of the rock guy from not Discovery, Orville.
Oh yeah.
The all male race.
Yeah.
And they did the whole. I was expecting him to be the warrior philosopher, to be Worf, but they just did that whole baby reassigned gender thing, and they haven't really got into anything else about their race.
Yeah.
Like, there's a whole part of the whole race and culture that you can
I
get
think
into.
that episode was really pushing it for them.
And I think
so
they've
they gotta
tried to
back
back off of him,
Yeah.
because, like, how do you go back and tell a story about him without it focusing on the baby?
And be like, what the fuck happened with the click cutting?
Yeah, exactly. What happened about the genital mutilation
Yeah.
story you guys are going, or, you know,
The analog.
reassignment, depending on your perspective of that whole fucking issue.
But really, we're talking about cutting off clits here.
Yeah, that's when we boil everything down. We're talking about that. But
Cut to the chase.
it's like they've made such a big thing in their culture that you can't go back and explore anything else, because there's got to be parts of their culture that have nothing to do with reassigning gender. Like, there's things and traditions that they've been doing for thousands of years.
Well, it's the whole culture, right? Like, there's obviously lots of good things.
Well, there's all kinds of things you can, but
Yeah.
because that they've put a spotlight on this thing, you can't. Every time you go back to that character, you have to talk about that.
That's right.
And I like how the whole, like, there's a lot of relationships going on in that show, like, and I really like them to start backing off of the interpersonal relationships between everybody.
Oh, good lord, yeah.
But like the captain and the first officer thing, I think is interesting because they've never done that before. They did it a little with Cisco in Star Trek with his girlfriend, which I didn't like at all. I didn't like her. I didn't like the fact that he was like.
At least she was just a freighter captain.
That's what I didn't like. I was like, she's like, you're a fucking Starfleet officer. You should be like, you should have higher standards than a stupid freighter captain. Like,
Yeah, but I don't know, I figured he probably wanted someone chill that didn't have to put up with fucking bureaucracy.
I expected a Bajoran. How do you not have him marry a Bajoran? He loved Bajor. He was going to retire on Bajor.
Yeah, but Cisco's also not above playing a little dirty, so maybe he needs his freighter captain to keep some secrets every now and then to fucking get some things done around the station.
She fucking runs guns to the Maquis and he gets all pissed off at her.
Oh, yeah.
And he doesn't even defend her. He actually approves of her going
See,
to jail for 2 years.
he's just mad he didn't think of that first.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. I think that's the whole reason he hates Eddington.
You fucking helped him before me?
Well, no, he hates Eddington so
Dick
much
sword.
is because he's so pissed off that he betrayed his friend.
Yeah.
That guy who made the fucking Maquis, he, after all that happens, and he stuck to his guns and stayed with Starfleet and did the right thing in his mind, air quotation marks, he's in the back of his head slowly realizing that he didn't make the right decision.
Yeah.
He should have fucking joined his friend, and Eddington did, and that's what pisses him off.
Yeah.
He's like, you made the right decision, and I couldn't, and I can't.
And now
I'm
in
sticking
these
to my
boots.
guns. No, I'm waist deep in this fucking
Yeah.
bad decision, and I can't reverse it, and I'm going to fucking hate you for it.
Oh,
Like,
well, it's like, unless I'm willing to go
If
all
this
the
is
way
all
back
sub-
to Earth
yeah, but
and
this is
march
all
my
subconscious,
ass...
though.
Yeah, but unless I'm willing
this
to
is-
march my ass into a brig for the rest
Yeah,
of my
yeah.
fucking life.
but he's like done all these mental gymnastics in his head
Yeah.
to justify the decisions he's made, and Eddington unravels those gymnastics, like, because he made the decision. Like, he's like, oh, nobody can, you have to be bad.
Have you ever heard of a concept for, like... Let's say you're, like, a conscientious objector, but, like, you so are opposed to what the fuck your government is doing or whatever institution you're working for. But there was a way that you could address it where you just went to them and you were like, listen, I'm not going to help you anymore, but I would be a risk. But obviously all I want is just don't fucking throw me in jail the rest of my fucking life. I'm just going to do nothing.
That's a conscientious objector, Dave.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
all it
yeah,
is,
yeah, but there's never been a system of like accepting that person back into society.
Yeah,
it's
it's
just
called-
you're a criminal.
It's called
and you're
peaceful
fucking
protest. You can protest anything your government does.
Yeah, when they throw you in jail, you get a criminal record, and your whole
No,
life's
you
fucked.
don't. You get the petitions right, and you fucking sign up to block off the streets. There's a whole system set up to fucking do it properly. The people that get arrested are the people who don't do it properly. And are
Yeah, but
morons.
okay, so what about the people who are thinking about, who are like, fuck, I really want to go blow up a pipeline right now?
Those
and
are
then they're
crazy
like-
people.
Yeah, but then they're like,
Crazy people blow shit up.
yeah, but they're catching themselves and they're going in and being like, listen, I just got this tingling to go fucking do a terrorist act, so, but I just don't want to be prosecuted, but I'm surrendering myself to you now. You know what I mean? There's no preemptive system to fucking be like, or listen, I was just almost co-opted by a fucking resistance cell, and I do think they're right, but I don't want to go kill people or whatever.
It's an
like,
impossibility. Reverse the crime. Instead of treason, make it serial killer. I want to kill people, and I think about it constantly. Every person I see,
Yeah,
I
but
want
that's
to
different
follow.
because it's
I'm
pathological.
turning myself in. I'm going to kill somebody. The police go, "You haven't killed anybody yet?" And you go, "No."
They go, "Fuck home.
Get the fuck out of here! Yeah. And if you did the same thing to the government and you said, "I'm really thinking about committing treason," and and they'd be like, "Have
Because
you bought
I
a
think you
ticket?
guys are wrong, yeah.
Have you bought a ticket to Afghanistan?
Yeah,
Have you
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
looked up ISIS fucking website?
Yeah.
No. Then get the fuck out of here!"
Yeah,
Like,
that's a fair point.
it would be just such an undertaking to try to, like, first of all, very few people would take advantage of that. You don't have that many people that are that crazy and have the wherewithal to know it and turn themselves in. Like, they don't have that connection.
It's funny, they just showed Toronto City Hall in one of the fucking portals in the show.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
In like the 90s. You guys want to go watch an episode of Friends in Toronto?
That's weird because I always keep an eye out for those matte paintings they do for, like, colonies, because I'm like, oh, that's, like, you never see it. You're like, oh, that's what that planet looks like. And then when you see, like, how Starfleet Academy looks, you're like, oh, like, the architecture kind of is uniform around the
Yeah.
Federation. Like, they're all, like, it's like the Romans. They really like their goddamn pillars. Like,
You
every
guys didn't
building.
just notice Worf was just holding the tricorder upside down.
Ah, he still is. I think he just caught it, right? Was he looking at it?
Yeah, he was using it.
Oh, that is so bad. I guess he's security. He doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah, he doesn't need to scan shit. He just eyeballs it. You're gonna need this kind of phase if you want to cut through there.
Do you think they're wirelessly connected? The communicator, the tricorder, and the phaser?
I don't see where a phaser would have any sort of communication system. That would be like a BSG kind of deal, right?
No, but I mean, like, you'd want your phaser and your tricorder to communicate because your tricorder could, like, scan a wider area for targets, and you could have targets set up in your phaser. Because, you know, like, a phaser is like
It's
GTA.
a tool. Yeah.
It's, you know, but I mean, it's automatic targeting. It's not firing at what you're pointing at.
You're pointing
It is-
in a general
You're pointing in a
direction.
general direction. This phaser scans a humanoid
Yeah, because
figure.
you're always shooting from the hip.
Yeah, and the phaser goes, oh, he must want to hit this person. Like, it's just assuming you don't want to fire at the ground, and it targets its, the
Yeah.
chest or whatever.
Or else,
And
every time you'd see a phaser, like
you'd have to
battle
like
scene,
you'd see somebody move it, and the phaser would get.
yeah,
into
you'd
the
have
right
all
position.
these line marks of everybody
yeah.
adjusting their
Adjusting
shots.
the shot, yeah, because you're not
Every
going to get
time they're
perfect that
shooting.
fucking because you don't even have an iron sights. You're looking at your thumb. Like your
Yeah.
thumb is what you want to hit. Like
You
from
would
a
get-
from a from a, like a gunsmith perspective, the goddamn shower curtain or the shower nozzle thing is just a bad setup for a gun.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, exactly.
oh, good. It's not coming up on the mic. That's why I went silent there for a minute. I was texting
Yeah.
Pops to see if fucking he could hear that. I'm just staring at that goddamn Elcar's VLC skin now. It's entertaining me more than the episode is. I totally forgot that these were the mirror people that set this up. I thought this was just some throwaway race, but I think this is the best weird race Star Trek has ever come up with. I don't know, I can't remember what they're called, but
Yeah.
the mirror aliens are like this mysterious dead race that was so fucking advanced that they like took over the universe thousands of years
Yeah.
ago, and like every planet has like
Remnants
of
of
a colony or like archaeological stuff on a moon. Like it's such a great concept. And
Well, because if you think you know what a long time is, guess
Yeah.
what? You fucking don't.
yeah, guess what? Yeah, but they totally don't like fuck it up either. They don't explain it.
You
never
can't.
see,
You don't need to.
Yeah, but I mean, like they never like go really in depth into it. You
Yeah,
never
yeah.
see what they look like. Like, they're always shrouded in mystery. I love it.
Yeah, that's like the point of making limits to your Treknobabble.
I love it. They just
The
took off
panels
the.
taken off, Undressing the set.
Yeah, they just took apart the set a little bit.
The fucking carpenter showed up late that day, all hungover.
God, they really nailed it with this fucking engineering section. Like,
I know,
This
right?
looks so beautiful.
And never since.
The catwalk, dude, doesn't get used enough. They should be up there all the time talking and looking at the warp core and shit.
They killed that one Klingon up there.
Yeah, and like in the first episode, you get like a really nice crane shot where they look up the tube.
Yeah, it's like they were
Yeah.
showing the show off early in the series,
And then they just took the crane out and never used it again. They're like, sell that thing. We need more money.
Yeah.
Like, they started like hawking shit from the set. Because that's a beautiful shot when they cranes up or down and you see like down the whole fucking shaft. It's great.
Well, you're like, oh fuck, they built a whole big set for this.
Yeah, and it's probably just a matte painting. It probably only goes up 10 feet and then it's just bullshit.
Oh yeah.
But it looks great. And it's also like a very flimsy elevator and glass catwalk.
Yeah,
It's probably transparent
weird.
aluminum and everything, but
like if your elevator's only going one floor, you could probably make it pretty quick.
yeah. And again, did stairs just stop being invented? Like,
Yeah.
did everybody just go like, oh yeah, we're not doing stairs anymore?
Yeah.
Elevators are so perfect that we put them in 2-story buildings. Like what?
We're retiring the gradient level from all of engineering forever.
Yeah, like you never even see one step into a room, like one level up. They'd probably get into a turbo lift to do that. Oh my god, are they doing a fucking hard drive wipe?
Yeah, basically.
They're nuking the Enterprise.
And Data
They're nuking
for the past couple days.
They're nuking the main computer. Factory resetting the fucking Enterprise.
Harrison, you and me could have figured this out already.
This would be Protocol 1 for every computer malfunction at any starship. They'd be like, oh, the computer...
when it's like systems wide.
You'd be like, you'd call Starfleet and you'd be like, oh yeah, the main computers totally went out. And then it'd be like an IT guy going, did you turn it on and off again? You'd be like, no, we haven't. Like, just do that and call me back.
You hear the face palm come across the fucking communications channel. Oh yeah! Fuck!
Did you unplug it, plug it back in, turn the power on, turn it off, do all that? No, I didn't do that yet. Well, do that, then call
Yeah.
me.
Okay, in that back room where that guy's always standing swapping the chips around, there's
Yeah.
a box with a bunch of discs in it. This is gonna take you like 2 hours. Take a fucking pain in the ass. Got loads of discs one at a time.
It would in the 80s, yeah, it would have been. But then they just have, oh yeah, it's that one button. Like, bring it up. It's the first thing you do every time the computer has a hiccup.
Okay, this Microsoft not wanting to get away from like having a big, huge kernel and everything's integrated into one. I don't know why they haven't just mastered that yet. They've got like this system restore bullshit. No, just make nuking your computer completely like everybody wants to do.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to keep their shit.
Nope.
They've already
The
fucking
internet
kissed
exists.
it away.
Put it on the cloud
Yeah.
and then re-download it to your computer, whatever.
Just hit a button.
hit a button, wipe it all.
Yeah,
It should be a giant red button on your fucking desktop that says factory reset.
yeah.
And there should be like 6 windows. Are you sure? Are you really
That's
sure?
what-
Are you really sure you want
That's
to
what
nuke your
computer
computer?
guys in the 90s and early 2000s did with drive ghosting.
I
And now they
didn't-
broke that.
I didn't have fucking a virus scanner on the first 10 computers I built. They fucking
You had a disc that automatically booted.
I had a 2 gigabyte hard drive that I filled up and went, well, I'm not watching any of this anymore, and I'd wipe everything, including the operating
Yeah.
system, and boot it all back in.
My life is not that important.
No, the stuff that I have stolen on my computer, I can still
Well,
get.
especially if you're willing to, by the sense of like, don't be getting involved in anything. You can't walk away in 15 minutes. From
Exactly,
that.
exactly. Like there was,
I would be pissed if my
I w-
computer took a huge complete shit.
I would,
but I would
if
not
I
be-
did it intentionally, there would be probably a terabyte of information I would save off this fucking computer. But if it just died and it just factory reset one day and went back to nothing, and I still had all my games I could reinstall,
Yeah,
I'm fucking not crying.
yeah.
Like I'm like, oh, okay, well that sucks, but I have access to the internet and I have all my Steam games on the cloud, so
Oh, they just might make a. Oh, was it correct about the Romulans versus LaForge? Or the Yamato? I missed that.
yeah.
I think they were joking about the Romulans not being as efficient as LaForge. Getting this ship back up and running.
Well, they did it a lot quicker than the Force did.
Oh, the thing's blowing up. They did blow it up.
Yeah.
Oh, no, they didn't blow it up. It was blowing up on its own, straight.
Yeah, but that's.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
guess what we're doing next week.
that's a good episode. It's so silly and stupid, but it's like cerebral and
I love
trippy.
the throwaway episodes, though. Like, sometimes they're awful, but like,
No, I will
the
never.
TMG ones are pretty good,
I will
usually.
never lose from my memory the fucking revolving door in black.
Oh,
Just black escape with a revolving door. It's so surreal. It's so like awesome.
love-
so many possibilities.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh my god.
and
it's
the
so great.
the cheapest trick of like, you walk in the revolving door and you come back in the same room.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You don't even have to build a set on the other side.
No.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Well, no. Yeah, because once they get in, they can't get out. They don't go back to
Well, it
the
only
box.
lets you out if it wants you to.
Well, no, it lets everybody
free
in, but
part,
it only
yeah.
lets you out if the story completes.
Yeah,
or
exactly,
something like that. They have
exactly.
to finish
That's how
the
you're
story.
trapped there.
Yeah, but they do that. They're in the casino and they're like, well, let's get the fuck out of here. And they leave. They don't go back
just
to the
come
blackness.
back in the
yeah,
front
they
door.
just come back into. Yeah, you're like, oh, this ain't good. It's so much better than that episode we watched. In is the first season or is this season where they like, Worf gets all scared. There's only one bridge. There's 2 bridges, and he's going through the turbo lift, and he's coming back into the same thing.
Yeah.
that.
Because you can see both sides.
Yeah,
It fucks it up.
Well, no, but it would make you understand more. You're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
This is I'm a Starfleet officer.
Yeah, that was because he didn't understand it right away.
No.
I'm like, you can see both sides.
Yeah, he went all feral and stupid. You're like, you're not a caveman, Worf. Like,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
a Starfleet officer. You should be able to
Yeah.
figure out what's going on here.
Yeah.
The audience can.
Yeah.
We're not losing our minds.
Riker walks in the door, comes out the same door, doesn't even get to see it. He's like, oh,
He's like, oh, okay, yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, and Worf
Yeah.
just starts, like, holding his head and shaking.
Yeah,
but
I went through the door, but I should be in a different place. But I mean,
I like that episode. It's like, it reminds me of, sorry, I like the one we're about to watch, episode 12. It reminds me of the TOS episode where they go and they find the Mafia planet. Yeah, and you're like, oh yeah,
Fucking
like,
why not, man?
One book would fuck up a culture so much. Like, and then they just read a book and they'd be like, oh, this is a fucking like, this is from another alien race. Like, we should like the whole race would be obsessed with it. Like, and eventually it would just affect the whole culture, and to ill or bad. Like, good people would be all mobster. They'd be like, oh yeah, but this is just the way everybody acts. Like, we do good things, but we act like sleazy Italian mobster stereotypes.
Yeah.
Like, it's weird, and I like that. It's like an alien's perspective of 1920s casino
like dark noir. They should go a little weirder with it. Like it shouldn't be like so accurate because there should be stuff in the book that doesn't translate to the aliens. They don't understand it, so they just do in their interpretation of it. Because it wouldn't be explained, because a human being reading the book in the 20s would just know.
Yeah, you have a whole... You're going in with a whole bunch of background knowledge.
Yeah, you have context of the world, so nothing has to be explained to you, and the aliens would just misinterpret stuff.
That really makes you wonder how much historians really know about things.
Yes, it's
like,
very...
Once
we go back...
Before,
written history.
Yeah.
Like, once we get that far back, you're like, they are just guessing at a lot of stuff, because they're interpreting it from a future perspective that the people writing it didn't have.
Yeah.
Like, they were just like... They just said, yeah, all cavemen know this thing that hasn't survived 10,000 years because nobody wrote it down or whatever, but all cavemen knew that.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, we should have saved that conversation for the next episode, but we'll probably just repeat ourselves. But, as always, thanks again, Dave. And, everybody listening, thank you as well. And, you guys have a good one.
nicht diese Töne, sondern lasst uns angenehmere anstimmen und Freuden
Hmm.